Hey, Blair, since Johnny's got a date, how about you and me go to the prom?
Yeah, no thanks.
Why not?
A high school prom? You've been there, done that, no booze, no thanks.
Ah, come on, don't leave me hanging. Johnny's gonna be off getting laid. I don't want to be stuck talking to a bunch of wiener bags.
Don't you think you're being a little overconfident about this? I mean, he just started dating this girl.
Yeah, but it's going really good, Blair. We had a great time on our first date. Even the hospital was fun.
Yeah, they're gonna fuck for sure. I mean, unless, the timing's off.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, if she's got to make a period.
What?
If it's that time of the week.
Okay, so what? So what if she gets her period?
Well, like, you can't have sex then, right? Like, I heard that if you have sex while a girl's doing a period, then you could go back in time.
I think I just went back in time. Does any male in this house actually even fucking know how it works? Well, do you?
I do not.
Actually have no idea.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Okay.
Actually was always kind of curious.
There's like a little tube, right?
Yes, a tampon.
Oh, yeah, I know that word.
Is a crampon also something?
A crampon is used for rock climbing. It's got nothing to do with periods.
Oh. It's weird that it has the word cramp in there, though, yeah?
Two completely different things.
But you can see why I thought...
Okay, you want to make jokes? You want to fucking learn something?
I wasn't making a joke. I didn't know about the rock climbing. God.
How's it work? Give me your best guess.
You put the tampon inside.
Genius.
Yeah.
Yes. How?
You swallow it.
You use the applicator to insert it into the vagina, and then you remove the applicator by pulling it out.
And this happens all the time.
Once a month for just a few days.
Is it shorter in February?
I didn't really have any expectations of Ted, the series on Peacock, but goddamn is it funny.
Really?
Yeah.
And that's the weirdest thing, because this had all the potential to be young Sheldon.
I know, right? This just did not look like... Why? Why did we need this?
Why did this happen?
It's funny as hell.
Yeah.
It's a... first of all, there's no Mark Wahlberg, so there's a plus.
Okay, thank you. That's my first question.
And it's the high school years of Johnny.
Oh,
and
okay.
Teddy. Yeah.
So Johnny and Ted, I should say,
yeah,
are just making their way through life.
Yeah, yeah.
And you can flock to the cock to see all this?
Yeah.
All right.
It's a fantastic little series.
So basically, this is getting the TV Tan recommend of watch this harder.
Yes, yes.
And that is...
But only if you're a fan of all things Seth MacFarlane. If you didn't like the Ted movies, if you don't like Family Guy, if you don't even like the Orville, probably not for you.
Yeah, or if you just don't like Seth MacFarlane.
In general, yes.
Which, let's face it, there are some people in that camp.
But if you do, and you were wondering, should I check this out? Yeah, it's only 7 episodes.
We did this for you because we are professionals here at TV10 Podcast. I'm Tommy Milagro.
I'm Bill Frost, and this is episode 0479.
That's right.
Okay.
We are slogging our way to 500 episodes.
No one's guessed what the new theme song is yet. I don't think anyone cares really, but that's fine.
Oh, come on. Come on, you out there, you should guess. Come on.
I'll drop another hint. It was from a talk show.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Years ago.
Oh, so this talk show does not exist anymore?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not in any form at all.
Is it...
It used to come on after midnight.
Oh, all right. Mm-hmm. That's our... Oh, and that's...
if you can guess what replaced that show.
Yeah. Speaking of After Midnight, have you been following that?
The Taylor Tomlinson thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was mildly excited. It's like, I liked At Midnight back in the day on Comedy Central.
Yeah.
And now it's just like, it feels like I've seen this before. I'm less excited for it now because it just seems like, we've already done this.
But at the same time, even Tomlinson goes... Hey, it's only been one day, and the review is in.
The review is in,
and it was from USA Today, and I think she even understands that, like, she hasn't quite figured this out yet. So.
No, it's okay.
I'm going to give it a little more time here. So
it's better than James Corden, that's for sure.
Oh God, Yeah, anything is better than James Corden.
So what are we drinking here? What do we got? Who's the sponsor this week?
Well, for you, Mr. Frost enjoys a nice old fashioned, so we went to Outlaw Distillery.
It's a little bit of a different old-fashioned.
So you had requested the honey bourbon.
Yes.
And but they also at Outlaw Distillery out in Midvale, they also have some other things you can mix your drinks with. So they had from this group called Proof, not a sponsor. Their cocktail syrup. So what I did was, and it's on the instructions on the Proof label. You just take an ounce of bourbon, but let's face it, this is you, so we double down, and an ounce of the syrup. Shake it up and then strain it into a rocks glass, which you garnish with a peel of orange. And as for me, I'm still sticking with the spiritless old-fashioned, which you could get over at Boostique. So they got some great non-alcoholic drinks there, as well as other things to mix and some other great glassware if you're looking for something to, get fancy as fuck.
This is very nice. It's a little on the sweet side, but that's cool.
Yeah, and I kind of figured it was going to be on the sweet side just because of the honey. I mean, they had some other flavored syrups, but I was recommended at Outlaw. No, just go with traditional.
No, it's good.
That's all you need, right?
Very
there.
nice. Honey bourbon, one of my favorite Outlaw Distillery products.
Mr. Frost highly recommends Outlaw Distillery's honey bourbon.
Yes, I do.
Ask for it by name.
So there's some new shit happening this week.
Okay.
First of all, I just want to mention this is breaking news. Apropos of nothing, Ron DeSantis has been relegated to the dustbin of history with Vivek Ramaswamy and whoever the fuck else was running. I don't remember.
So basically, with his inept run at the presidency, he's now going to be just as inept with his governorship in Florida.
Yeah. So sorry for you people who live in Florida. You still got him.
Yeah. Really
and
sorry,
the rest
man.
of us will never have him. So that's all good news there.
Well, if you're outside of Florida, sure.
Yes, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the important thing.
And coming up this week, new stuff.
Oh, what have you got?
Well, today, as this episode drops, we can you believe season 28 of The Bachelor?
Really?
Season 28.
Why?
Season 28. And I did a little research for the fuck of it. It seems like 27 couples who have met through The Bachelor and The Bachelorette are still together as of this taping.
Oh.
So it has a little higher success rate than I thought it did.
In other words, people who get married on this show are more likely to stay together?
Or not necessarily even married. They're just still together. So there's that.
All right.
But also, this season includes 2 Keshas, two Kelseys,
Okay.
2 Samanthas,
Uh-huh.
and 2 Canadians.
Okay.
And so that's the Bachelor, and you're gonna, if you watch The Bachelor, you're gonna watch it whether I tell you to or not. So,
And just know it's going to feature really, really, really ridiculously good-looking couples.
yeah,
That's all you need
which
to know.
is fine.
Yeah.
On Thursday, the series adaptation. This is a prequel, Sexy Beast,
Oh,
on Paramount Plus.
okay.
It is the film came out in 2000. This miniseries is set in 1990s East London. This is a younger guy standing in for Ray Winstone and Ben Kingsley.
Oh, wow.
And it's kind of how they met and how they got into the life of crime.
Okay.
And this is from this is the showrunner and writer Michael Caleo from The Sopranos. So, could be good.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Sexy Beast, I know it came out a long time ago.
Year 2000.
That was like a Sundance or a Slam Dance movie?
Yeah, it was an indie flick. It did pretty well, though.
Okay.
A lot of people liked it, and I guess Paramount owns the rights to it. Therefore, we get a series out of it.
And for those of you wondering, well, gee, why don't we see Ray Winstone? Well, we can't, sir. He's dead.
Yeah, Ben Kingsley's still around.
For now.
Yeah, yes. Also on Thursday on Netflix, Sofia Vergara finally is doing something. You might not remember that prior to Modern Family, she actually did some dramatic roles here and there.
Oh, yeah.
She was pretty good at it. And now she's back as Griselda, as this is the origin story of Griselda Blanco, the drug queen, Colombian drug queen pin of the 70s and 80s.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So this is based on an actual person.
It's based on a real thing, yeah.
Okay. Typecasting much?
I don't know. But judging from the trailer, she's a fucking committed. She's a badass.
On a scale of 1 to Alice Braga from Queen of the South, what are we...
Well, remember Alice Braga's boss? More like that.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Real ball breaker.
Jesus.
Yes.
Literally and figuratively?
Yes. So all the 6 episodes will stream of Griselda on Netflix on Thursday. Also on Netflix on Thursday, Masters of the Universe Revolution. This is a follow-up to Masters of the Universe Revelation. And the voice cast is just fucking crazy in this thing. It's just like anybody you can name is in there. And that was from a couple of years ago. Revelation was a 10-episode series. This is a 5-episode follow-up.
Okay.
And there's big drams happening at Castle Grayskull.
And now, for everybody that was going, wait, the 80s cartoon? No. This is Kevin Smith's interpretation of it.
But it's still He-Man and Teela and, yeah.
Skeletor.
All that.
I'll get you yet, He-Man.
Skeletor is now a cyborg.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. That would have explained a whole lot in the 80s, but
I think a cyborg makes more sense than a skeleton.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be easy to defeat a skeleton?
Well, more importantly, why was there always a skull and then he was ripped?
Yeah,
that was the only thing.
That was weird.
Yeah.
Also, this is really strange on Peacock on Thursday.
Stranger than liking Ted?
Yeah. This is Zach Woods from The Office in Silicon Valley. This is a Mike Judge thing.
Okay.
It's called In the Know.
Oh, I was seeing some commercials for that.
Yeah, so Zach Woods plays the host of the third most popular NPR show called In the Know.
Yeah.
And what this is like a stop motion animation, really good looking stop motion animation. And they interview actual celebrities on a screen for this NPR show. So it's got a bit of a Space Ghost vibe to it.
That's what I was going to say. It had that feel to it, especially Mike Tyson.
Yeah, but I don't think the interviewees are being ambushed like they were on Space Ghost.
Yeah, well, I
think they know what's going on.
It was hard to tell when I was seeing the commercial with Tyson because there's the interviewer going, do you ever think that your opponent would be able to feel pain? And he's like, and then there's Tyson just deadpanning it, going, I think you would have felt it right after I beat him to a pulp.
Yeah. So other people being interviewed for this series, Hugh Laurie.
Ken Burns, I know, is one.
Tegan and Sarah, Nicole Byer, Finn Wolfhard, and of course Mike Tyson. Yeah.
Oh, I think this is going to be a big hit. This is everybody slept on King of the Hill, but it was smart. It really was smart.
Yeah.
And same thing with Beavis and Butthead. Okay, maybe not in its current.
Well, Beavis and Butthead's back. I hear King of the Hill might be making a comeback too.
Okay, and there's a question I have. How?
I don't know.
All right.
Don't know.
Okay.
Just don't.
Is Bobby going to be grown up this time around?
Oh, that'd be funny. Grown up Bobby.
Oh, God. Just to watch him morph into something else.
Also dropping on Thursday on Paramount Plus, movie, the Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, now without the Part 1 qualifier.
Yeah.
So if there is a follow-up, they're going to call it something else. They're not going to call it Dead Reckoning Part 2, which I think is smart because all these fucking multi-part things like going back to Twilight and the Hunger Games, it's like, no, it's a fool's game. Don't. Just come up with a new name.
Gee, it got really cold here. Is that time for a
Frost warning?
Just enough with the Part 1 and Part 2. This movie, I watched it. It was like damn near 3 hours long. Didn't need to be. There's a couple of fucking, of course, killer action sequences in it.
Yeah.
One involving Haley Atwell, and there's also Vanessa Kirby is in here. And but the most of the movie is just a lot of talking and exposition, which is not what you want from a Tom Cruise movie.
Exactly. I mean, well, unless, and I couldn't be certain the first time I watched it, did he espouse something Scientology?
I don't remember. I don't remember that.
Okay. Because I was at the office medicating.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if they've been letting him slip in some Scientology shit in these things or not.
Well,
maybe.
I only asked just because of the length, and I was like, God, why is this feeling so long? And why do I feel
2 hours and 43 minutes.
Yeah, and why do I feel the need to check on my theta rays?
Yeah, really. And there's a follow-up coming in 2025, allegedly.
Okay. But here's my next question. That probably was the original plan, but because of the writers and the actors strike, is that still on the...
Yeah, well, maybe they meant it for this year, and because of the writer strike, it is now 2025 for that.
Okay, that could be that. Yeah.
They're also trying to do Maverick 3, which is like, no, there's
Nope.
no need for that.
Nope, we're done.
Speaking of flying, on Friday,
Okay.
Masters of the Air, a new Apple TV Plus from the producers of Band of Brothers and the Pacific. That would include Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg. It's a $250 million epic series about bomber pilots over World War II Nazi Germany. So expect to hear from your grandpa asking, how does this Apple TV thing work? Because he's not going to know.
Thank you for anticipating what I'm going to expect from my dad.
You're going to have to hook up that Apple TV for you.
Well, thank God I signed up with my current account at my dad's place. So
Okay.
I'm just going to say, Dad, you see Apple TV Plus?
Click on that.
Yeah, click on that on the Roku. You see it now? We good. So
All right, yeah. So based on a true-ish story, this is starring Austin Butler. So I think he's finally lost the Elvis accent. I hope, because it was getting a little annoying for a while.
well, keep in mind he's going to be playing Fade Routha in Dune Part 2.
True,
So
yeah.
he might
Thank
he
you,
might be annoying.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I will kill you.
The spices. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Also on Prime Video on Friday, a new miniseries on called Expats, based on a novel called Expatriates, because we got to shorten it for the TV audience because they're morons. Like, what's an expatriate? Expats? Oh, it's shorter. So yeah, it's a story of three stories actually of women who are crossing paths in 2014 Hong Kong. They being Nicole Kidman, Sarayu Blue, and what is her name here? Ji Young Yu.
Okay.
As basically these three women's paths are crossing in the very wealthy expatriate community in Hong Kong.
Okay.
They're all American expatriates, but they live in a little bubble, kind of a little bubble here. But some of the real world of China starts spilling into their lives, therefore drama.
Is this around the time that mainland China starts taking over Hong Kong, which is under British rule?
It is set in 2014, so it's recent history.
Okay.
Says here it takes place during the Umbrella Uprising, or the Umbrella, I don't know, something that happened in Hong Kong in 2014 that I'm unaware of.
There was some history involved here, so you may have to do some homework here, kids.
Fuck, homework.
Yeah, no.
Also on Prime Video on Friday, The Underdogs. 2 G's.
Okay.
Snoop Dogg
Oh.
is he's an ex NBA superstar who's fallen on hard times, and he's given community service to train this Pee-wee basketball league. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the Bad News Bears.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I can actually believe this for one simple reason. He's not playing a wrestler.
No.
No, seriously. It was like when Dennis Rodman...
No, wait, this is football. He's
it's football?
He's a little tall for football, isn't he?
True. However...
It'd make more sense if it was basketball.
But he has... I remember there was like some reality series, and he was a coach for like his son's football team, and I guess from what I've understood, he was...
So this is based on some reality.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll buy it.
So his character's named Jason 2J's Jennings. And, so it's pretty much Bad News Bears in Long Beach.
All right. I see.
And this is rated R.
Well,
This
wait.
this was meant for theaters, but they said, "Nah, we'll just put it on the Prime Video. It'll be good."
All right. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Show us
Yeah.
what you got, Snoop.
Saturday Night Live this weekend, hosted by Dakota Johnson.
Oh boy.
What is she? She got something coming up, right?
It's that Madam Web.
Oh yeah. I saw the trailer for that. I know a lot of people shit on the trailer. That doesn't look too bad.
But here's the thing. I think Marvel fans are a little bit burned out, and let's face it, Sony does not have the best track record with Marvel products.
Well, there's Venom
Exactly my point.
and some of the Spider-Mans.
Don't forget,
A couple of them, but also Morbius.
that's yeah. And coming up soon, Craven. So
I don't know much about Craven. What's that about?
Craven, well, in the comic books, this is a deep dive here, and you're probably going, why does Geek Show sound so different? The point is, Craven was one of Spidey's villains. He used to be in the comics. He's like a hunter.
I kind of remember. Okay, I remember.
Yeah,
it now.
and he was always trying to hunt Spider-Man.
Right.
But for whatever fucking reason in the film, he has superpowers.
Well, of course.
So he can communicate with the animals and take on their abilities. So again,
Okay.
my faith in Sony,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, Madam Web doesn't look too bad.
Yeah.
Looks all right.
I am going to reserve
Sydney
judgment.
Sweeney is in it. Come
What's
on.
that?
Sydney Sweeney from Euphoria.
Oh shit, that's right.
Yeah, so, yeah. And her musical guest on Saturday Night Live will be Justin Timberlake or Jumpin' Tamberman.
Wow.
Yeah.
Uh,
JT is back.
but is he going to be shamed for what he did to Britney?
Maybe they can work that into a sketch somehow.
Please.
That would be funny.
Oh, I would pay money for that.
Also on Saturday, of course, the WWE Royal Rumble.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's happening. Are we stumbling into my sports here? Or?
We could be.
Okay. Unless we'll circle back to it. But,
It's a little early, but yeah, we might as well. Why the fuck not?
all right.
There are no rules here.
In that case, hit my music.
It's sports with Tommy Milagro. Go team.
From the sports desk of the TV10 podcast, we deliver to you the sport of professional wrestling. And yes, this is the Royal Rumble, as he pointed out, which is going to be on Peacock, so flock to the cock.
Live from St. Petersburg, Florida.
Yeah, exactly. So it's, and again, you know the rules here. 30 men, 30 women enter the Rumble, each vying for a chance at title glory. So this is going to set things up on the road to WrestleMania.
Of course.
And also, hang on a second here. And also, just expect that there's going to be more coming up, which actually is a great segue here. Speaking of people that won't be at the Royal Rumble or in WWE for the foreseeable future, Seth Rollins. We reported that he was injured, and now we know the extent of his injury. So in addition to him rupturing his MCL, he also basically just screwed up the cartilage in his knee. Ew. So, and here's the thing, because he is currently the holder of the WWE heavyweight title, not to be confused with the undisputed title that Roman Reigns has.
Because it's undisputed.
Right, because WWE think. Who knows? The point is, this week on Raw, he's going to be addressing WWE fans to let them know what the prognosis is and what that's going to mean for the title picture. More on that as it comes up here. Also, TNA Wrestling. I got to get away from saying Impact now.
It's that all rebrand.
Did you have a chance to watch it?
No.
This last episode, which is on Access, by the way. So if you've got the...
I think I might have at least one TV service that gets Access.
Okay. And that's
AX
AXS,
Yes.
folks.
I know I have at least one.
Yes.
It's on the Sling, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it is on the Sling. It's on DirecTV. I don't know about YouTube.
It is definitely not on YouTube TV.
Okay.
That is my main live TV source, and is definitely not there.
But they had a strong episode this week. Nick Nemeth, formerly Dolph Ziggler, announced his intentions to be seeking a title in WWE. And also had a fantastic match between Josh Alexander and Will Ospreay. So definitely it is whatever issues you ever had with TNA and or Impact, and you weren't wrong. They are righting the ship now, and I will give this the Sports Desk stamp of approval.
Well,
Yes.
how prestigious.
I know. Well, because, I write for SlamWrestling.net and I have an MBA.
Oh, it all makes sense now.
And that's why you just chugged the entire genius
No, there's a
juice.
little bit left.
So yeah, that is what's going on right there. Also, again, no new NWA this week. They are going to be getting ready for their February 6th opening on the CW app here. They do have some classic episodes from the Lightning One era out on their YouTube channel. Check that out if you can. And then two other things that I'm going to end here. So, unfortunately, over the weekend, there was tragedy that struck. Journeyman Francisco Siasto passed away at the age of 48. No new details as to what caused his death. If anybody in the Utah area or wherever you are listening knows of Siasto, he has been a staple of the Florida territories, as well as he's wrestled in most promotions, mostly his Extra Talent or whatever. He was even part of a documentary called Journeyman. I don't know how you can get access to it these days. If I find out about it, I'll make sure it's on our social channels. But especially when he would come to Utah for Devotion Championship wrestling matches, he was a big fixture there. I know some fans here in Utah are either unaware or are just now hearing this. So we send condolences to Siasto and his family. And finally, this, and we talked about this a little bit last time, but just to make it official, Death Tour, the documentary of the wrestlers who would make the trek along the ice to the Canadian tribal communities, is showing at Slamdance. They had their premiere this past Friday, and they're having another one again this Monday at Slamdance. I believe the time is going to be 2:45. Go to Slamdance's website to check out more details if you want to see that show, and more importantly, if you feel like just getting through the Park City crowds. So good luck with that.
I saw some people who bought tickets to the Devo show up there, not realizing that Sundance was happening simultaneously. They're like, oh, fuck.
Exactly.
No!
Yeah. Great idea. The problem is fucking traffic. I, as a former local of Park City, remember this all too well.
Oh, yeah.
But there was some cool stuff there. With Death Tour, one of the producers, Chris Jericho, was in attendance. And apparently he was involved with some photo ops with our own Manny Lemons, as well as our own King Goots. So,
Wow.
yes,
Did Chris Jericho know he was in the presence of royalty?
There is photographic evidence of it, which we will have the King on next week.
Really?
To give his review of the Death Tour.
Hot damn. Okay.
Because it's sports.
It's sports. It's Tommy Milagro. Go team.
Oh, yeah, and by the way, there's sports ball happening, blah, blah, blah. John Cena's doing a thing for the Super Bowl with Gronkowski.
What?
Yeah. Huh? I just had to slip that one in.
Okay, so it's a little early yet. Do we know who's going to the Super Bowl? Has that been decided yet?
As of right now, no. I do know that it's going to be coming up with the NFC and AFC as we are talking live on the air. I can tell you right now
That's
that
February 7th. Is that 17th?
February 11th.
Oh, sooner than I thought. Okay.
Yeah. So it's going to be, as of right now, in the NFC matchup, it's going to be the San Francisco 49ers facing up against the Baltimore Ravens in a rematch for the NFC division.
Right.
As for the AFC, it is the Detroit Lions. And actually, you know what? I screwed it up. My bad. It's the Detroit Lions facing the 49ers for the NFC.
All right.
The Baltimore Ravens is waiting to find out between the Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
As of right now, the Bills were ahead last time I checked. Oh, and as we're talking live on air here, Kansas City is ahead 20-17 with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter here.
Go Swifties.
We will keep you up to date as this story is developing here.
Oh my God, I'm just curious because I recently, actually just last week, wrote and posted an article about the 5 best Super Bowl halftime shows, and I learned that I didn't really know this, that up until 1993 when Michael Jackson took over the Super Bowl, Michael Jackson and Pepsi took over.
Yeah.
It was pretty much just marching bands and drill teams. No one gave a fuck about the halftime show.
Right.
And Michael Jackson established it as a big pop showcase. And so ever since then...
Well, he was the king of pop.
Yeah. So ever since then, it's just been the big spectacle. But prior to that, fucking nothing was going on in this halftime show. So I named off, see if I can do in my memory. Lady Gaga was in there, of course.
Yes.
That was a fantastic one. Prince, of course.
Naturally.
Jennifer Lopez and Shakira. Ah, yeah,
Yep.
that was a good one.
Oh, that was fantastic.
And there was one in there, Aerosmith, but Aerosmith was with NSYNC.
Yeah.
This is in the around early 2000s.
Yeah.
NSYNC, Britney Spears, Mary J. Blige, and Nelly.
Yeah.
And they all converged at the end to do Walk This Way. And it's pure chaos. Look this up on YouTube because it was also the first year where they allowed fans on the field for the show. So it was like fucking insane.
Yeah. You're forgetting one.
Okay, well, yeah, I only named 5.
Right.
There's plenty more than that.
The big one that still sticks in my memory, U2, and this was.
Oh yeah, you too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the only reason why is because this was like right after the towers fell and everybody was still, shell shocked, and they had a great opening. It was obviously the start of the Patriots era. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. And one that was in there was one of the worst ones. I think one of my assignments for the next week is like, okay, now do the worst Super Bowl halftime shows. And one of them definitely comes to mind right away is the one with the Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
Jim Belushi, because John was long dead.
Yeah, he's not available.
Yeah, it was pretty terrible. And also The Who.
Yeah.
It was a year that the Super Bowl was on CBS, and The Who just ran through all the CSI theme songs. It was pretty embarrassing.
It was not their best hour.
No.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Was that when we still had John Entwistle?
Could be.
Before he coked out?
Yeah, could be, yeah. Oh, man, I just remembered back in the very early 2000s, John Entwistle, former bass player of The Who, now formerly of Earth, he played a show way down Highland Drive at some shitty bar.
Oh, shit.
It was like one of those shows where, like, obviously his booking agent didn't have a clue.
Yeah.
So it was like some shitty bar way down Highland.
Oh, boy.
And I don't know if the show even happened, but it's right up there with Stan Ridgway playing out at a Tooele Brewery.
Wow.
Just prime examples of booking agents not being familiar with the area. It's like, oh, yeah, that's probably a good place. Tooele.
What could go wrong? You have a fan base out there. All right, just give me my money and give me my drugs and we'll go along.
Well, he's from L.A., so he's not British. But
Yeah. So, well, that was me talking as Entwistle.
oh, yeah, that sounds
Just give me my drugs,
sounds
mate.
more like it.
Yeah.
So among the things, I blasted through TED this weekend. Actually, Rebecca Frost suggested it. It's like because it was one of the things I was going to get around to it eventually. But she said, this show's killing me. It's fucking great. It's like, oh, okay. Well, I'm just going to do it right now then.
All right.
And she's right.
Yeah.
Fantastic. But another one, Prime Video and Freevee and Tubi and Roku channel, they all have these like lineups of so-called live channels where it's just like loops of content that go on forever.
Yeah.
There's one we mentioned before. It's like it's a full-on Warner Brothers La Femme Nikita channel where they just play the old one, then the newer one with Maggie Q forever. It will never end. And there was one of the Warner Brothers channels was showing Fastlane, which is a show I'd forgotten about. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And Tiffany Thiessen was in it, and Bill Bellamy, and Peter Facinelli, who later went on to Twilight.
Okay.
But this was like in 2002, and basically they were making Fast and the Furious, the TV series. And my God, it was ahead of its time.
Who's in Fastlane?
Fastlane, I just mentioned them. Peter Facinelli,
Okay.
Bill Bellamy,
Oh, wow.
Tiffany Thiessen,
Okay.
and a shit ton of guest stars.
Okay, that's why that's why I didn't register. You said Tiffany Thiessen, not Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
Yeah, by the time she got to this show, she would drop the amber.
Oh, was that year? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's just so ridiculous. It's like you just basically don't think too hard. It's about some a couple of rogue cops whose boss is Tiffany Thiessen. And they have access to the candy store, which is like all of the seized paraphernalia in L.A. So like all these cars, they got drugs, they got money and everything. And these guys go out undercover. I don't know how they get away with it for very long because, I'm guessing the L.A. underworld, they all know each other. It's like, well, these motherfuckers, they're cops. They should know that by the 22nd episode.
So here's where it's interesting here. So apparently Facinelli, Facinelli,
Yeah.
apparently since then he has been known for Nurse Jackie.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Nurse Jackie.
And as Dr. Fitch Cooper and Supergirl as Maxwell Lord.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
I forgot about that.
yeah, he's best known for Twilight.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for him.
Ew.
But this Fastlane show, you can watch it on Tubi and on demand on some of those. It's just absolutely insane. Never a dull moment. And they made 22 episodes over 2002, 2003. Then it got canceled. But fuck, it's just action-packed. Ridiculous.
Well, and here's some interesting stuff. So
Okay.
Jay Moore and Robert Forster
Oh, yeah.
were on Fastlane.
They had like 100 guest stars over one season.
Jeez.
I mean, it was jam-packed with guest stars.
Okay, so that's probably what happened to the
The
budget.
last known sighting of Jillian Barberie.
Oh, wow. There's a name I haven't heard.
What the fuck happened to her, huh?
Jeez.
She was the toast of the early 2000s, then nothing.
Fuck me. Terrence Howard was on here.
Yeah.
And let's see. I'm just Jamie Presley, Naomi Campbell.
It was basically Maxim magazine come to life.
Uh-huh. Literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
Wow. And Bill Bellamy, who cares?
Yeah, I don't know what became of Bill Bellamy.
Nobody cares.
Yeah. But a fun series. If you're looking for a blast from the past, look it up on demand on like Tubi and Roku and all those free things.
Okay.
You're going to have to watch some commercials, but who cares?
And Tiffany Thiessen nowadays, she's doing like her own bakery show? Or
Probably.
Okay.
Sounds right.
All right. And I'm just taking a look to see here.
What happened to Bill Bellamy?
Let me take a look here. Bellamy.
He came from MTV.
Yeah, he was one of the VJs.
Yes.
Or the Jays.
Vajays.
That sounded worse even coming from me.
Don't like the sound of that at all.
No, it's right up there with moist. So apparently he's been okay. Here's some interesting stuff here. So he's been featured on shows like Bel Air as Julius Banks.
Okay.
And
that is Bel Air. That is the dramatic...
retelling of the Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
yeah, Peacock, yeah.
And then as of 2023, he was on a show Back on the Strip.
Don't know it.
And this, let's see, I'm just scrolling back a little further here. Then there's A Rich Christmas, so
Don't
must
know
have been
it.
a holiday thing.
All right.
Let's see. And I guess he's just been doing TV shows like SWAT and
SWAT. Okay.
yeah, and I guess House Party. This is
All right. So this is a deeper dive than anyone has ever done on Bill Bellamy.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
this is more info than anybody ever asked for. And I guess this House Party is like a remake of the Kid and Play one. So okay.
And sad news here. Well, this was kind of a given over the last couple of years, but now it's official. The flight attendant has been canceled over at Max.
Yeah. And
Even though it's been a couple of years since it ended, second season, and Kaylee Kawako has said basically, yeah, we're done with that.
that's okay.
And now it's official. They're done with that.
Well, that's okay because the third episode or the third season is called Role Play, and that's all you need to know.
You know, not as good as I expected it to be.
Right, because she was sober. Yeah. There's half the problem there.
But she is in. There will be a second season based on a true story on Peacock with her. So you know, there's something. That's good.
All right.
That's cool.
Okay. And well, let's see. Oh, and have you had a chance to watch Echo on Disney Plus?
Not yet. No.
I
hear
that.
wildly different things.
Okay.
Some people love it. Some people fucking hate it.
I binged through that sucker here, and obviously it is a fantastic show, in my opinion.
Okay.
They really focused a lot on the Choctaw Nation in Oklahoma.
Okay.
This might have been just another episode of Res Dogs if it got... Well,
Res Dogs with the Kingpin and Daredevil.
well, seriously, because it's the same actors from Res Dogs as well.
Yeah, at least two.
Oh, and Vincent D'Onofrio, fucking fantastic as Kingpin.
Of course. Yes.
But of course, he's a little scarred up, and it does lead into something which might be coming up with Daredevil Born Again.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. They finally they're restarting production this week.
And apparently, in addition to what's his name, Charlie Cox.
Yes.
The originals that were playing Foggy and Karen.
Yeah.
They're
coming.
back.
Fucking A.
So
That's good news. I like that.
I was hoping that was going to be the case, but I guess they went, give us that Disney money. Here you go.
Good for them.
Good on them. I don't know what Born Again is going to be like, if it's going to be like the comic book.
I don't know.
We'll just have to wait and see.
I do remember there is a comic, Daredevil comic from the 70s, which kind of foreshadowed a lot of shit. Whereas they would fabricate news stories.
Yeah.
Basically using, at the time, what was a version of AI. So they could fabricate all these news stories that were on all the news networks saying, Daredevil's bad, go get him.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is in the late 70s.
That might have been around the time when Frank Miller had taken over
Maybe,
the title.
Yeah.
So that makes a lot of sense right there.
Way ahead of its time there. God damn.
Yep, that's right. AI is out to get you, folks.
And True Detective, seen that yet? Night Country?
Oh, fuck yeah. That is a mindfuck of epic Alaskan proportions.
Love it. Love it.
It is still great, and Jodie Foster is not lost a step. No, literally. I mean, I haven't seen her in forever, and I went, oh, that's why she's awesome. I remember this now. But the new person that's, I guess, her tag team partner here, whose name escapes me.
She's pretty new.
Yeah, the one with the piercings.
Yes.
And what is her name anyway? So let me see if I can find it here. Come on, IMDb.
But a fantastic premiere episode. I only wish I had a new episode of Last Week Tonight with John Oliver to pair it with. But we're not going to get that till February.
What time in February do you know? Or?
I think the week after the Super Bowl.
Okay, that sounds about right.
Because you don't want to go up against the Super Bowl.
No, nobody wants to go up against the Super Bowl.
Well, we will.
Because we're just like that. Oh, here it is.
We'll be doing our own live halftime show during the Super Bowl.
Yes. We'll have Magda Vega and Dead Zephyrs involved here. Oh, here it is. Callie Reese is the actress. She plays Detective Evangeline Navarro.
Yeah.
And Jodie Foster is Liz Danvers. And I'm like, Danvers? Wait.
Oh,
What in the name of Marvel is going on?
yeah.
But,
Yeah, we're off to a good start so far on True Detective season. God, what is it, 4?
This is the fourth
Yeah.
season of it, yeah. So it is, and I will say, and I kind of talked about it last time. It's coming off a little too close to a murder at the end of the world, but it's still.
I don't know. It's got also vibes of John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yeah. Oh, I'm seeing some of the stills right now, or some of the things on IMDb, and I'm going, yeah, it's definitely got that vibe there. So.
Yeah, a Antarctic. I don't know
Arctic.
Arctic, yeah, near the Arctic Circle. It's a scientific research team, and they have a little compound, and they just disappear. All of them. There's like eight of them.
Yeah.
And they leave behind a tongue. It's like, okay.
Oh, and
Jesus.
Well, in the ending scene, I was like, fuck, we're going down this road, are we?
Yeah, and if you're wondering what the theme song is, that is for you viewers of a certain age. You're wondering, what's this theme song? Well, that is Billie Eilish
Yeah.
from her 2019 debut album. So it's already a classic rock tune.
Jesus. Oh, what is this on my... Oh, yeah, that's another gray hair. Thanks.
Yeah. So also,
Thanks, Biden.
yeah, here's another thing that's been going on for forever, and there's no end in sight. The Daily Show is still not going to pick a host.
What?
They're still saying, no, we'll just keep doing this guest host thing. Yeah, right?
Okay. Here's where I have a problem with this.
This happened at the Emmys, too.
Okay.
I think it was at the Emmys. Roy Wood Jr. Got up to accept with the crew of
the original cast.
with Trevor Noah Daily Show.
Yeah.
And he mouthed to the camera, "Choose a host."
Oh, good for you, sir.
Yeah, but they're not doing that now. They promised right around this time. They said, "Okay, early in 2024 we'll pick a host," and they're like, "No, we're going to punt that."
No.
So I guess the guest host thing is working okay.
No, it's not.
Well, they think it is.
Okay, and here's where I have a problem with that. So don't get me wrong. I get why you were doing the guest host thing. It's good for a while, but you gotta fucking choose.
But it's been a year now.
Well, and here's half the problem. They haven't asked us. So we just need.
That's the problem with most everything. They
yep.
just haven't asked us.
Yeah. Just, hey, here's what I'm going to say. Because I know the executive producers of The Daily Show are listening. So I'm talking to you. You who executive produce it. You need Mr. Frost and me, Mr. Milagro. Mm-hmm. We are journalists.
Of a sort.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have credentials.
Somewhat.
We are posted. We can work a microphone. We know.
That's pretty much all you need anymore.
Yeah. So we're the basic bare minimum. And
the literal bare minimum.
Yeah. All you need to do is just dump some money to us for $200,000. So that's
that sounds good.
Yeah, per episode. So
that's some good beer money.
Yeah. It's split between you and me, so $100 per. I think that's fair, or do you need something else in your writer?
Good. That's good.
Okay. Oh, and more importantly, you have to bring along our sponsors as well. That's in our writer. So
that goes without saying.
I mean, they're probably going to go, wait, Utah has liquor? Yes, and you need to promote the fuck out of them.
Yes.
So this is the Milagro Manifesto. Come on, Daily Show. Get on the horn. Time for you to get us involved here.
This sounds, this all sounds doable to me.
Yeah, and more importantly, we'll talk about politics. We're lousy with it, literally and figuratively, here in Utah. That is our Milagro Manifesto here.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Okay, now's the time of the show. We're going to ask people. We're not going to ask. Well, we're going to ask you to follow us on a couple of new platforms.
Actually, we're not going to ask them. We're going to fucking tell you.
We're going to demand you follow us on Blue Sky and Twitter. Just look for TV Tan Podcast. We're on both of those. Mm-hmm. And my God, is it a pain in the ass on our end because Most social media platforms, they make it easy for you to switch between accounts, your personal one and your business one or whatever. Not so much with Blue Sky and Threads. They're both really good social media services, but right now they're not all that user friendly.
Yeah.
I'm personally liking Threads. Basically, Threads has replaced Twitter for me.
Yeah.
I get everything I used to get from Twitter from there. Blue Sky is a little weirder. It's a little more esoteric, kind of a different crowd, but it's still fun.
I just like Threads because it is not a garbage dumpster fire that is.
And there's
X.
that too, yeah.
Yeah. So
we are there. Just look for TV10 Podcast on those particular platforms.
we may do something with X, but don't hold your breath, folks.
I'm not going to.
I'm not.
If you want to do it, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Have at it.
I might just do just enough.
Go right ahead.
All right. That'll be my commitment here. So
That can be all you. And now we're going to tell you the people what they should be watching harder. I have one. If you like a good weird murder mystery.
Oh yes.
The Woman in the Wall with
was
Ruth
hearing about
Wilson
this.
on Showtime or Paramount Plus with Showtime or whatever the fuck it is now. First 2 episodes are out and it's like really creepy, really weird,
Yeah.
really just like can't really quite get a handle on what's going on yet, which is like the best part of the mystery. So it's definitely check it out. Ruth Wilson is always fantastic.
Yeah. For me, it's going to be 2 things. Echo, definitely just binge through it.
Right? Okay.
And for everybody going, but it's native. Yes, it is. You let your white guilt assuage you to watch this harder. And True Detective, and again, same reason.
True Detective, Night Country.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Thank you.
It's the first season with a subtitle. So.
Yeah. And also, it ended it, but it's still a good time to binge it. Reacher.
Really?
It was pretty good.
You know,
second
I have
season.
yet to delve into Reacher.
Really? What's stopping you?
A million other shows,
Okay, fair enough.
but it's one of those like, okay, I will get to that.
Well, and I'll be kind because I tried to watch The Curse, but then
I'm so sorry.
No. I tried, but then the next thing I know, yesterday I stumbled down the Law and Order SVU hole.
What?
So
How did you do that?
So basically, I just turned on my roommate's smart TV, and it because it's got that Samsung Plus TV in there.
Oh, okay.
It just immediately went to Ion, which was
Ion, which is all basically Ion is nothing but Law and Order and Chicago, whatever, and
NCIS,
all of them, all the crime shows.
Yeah. So I stumbled down that hole
Okay.
for a while,
All
and I
right.
was like, "Oh, this is actually kind of good. Interesting." So that happened,
Right?
And I went,
there's a reason SVU has been on for fucking ever.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, it was just like warm and it was familiar, and I was like, oh, okay, I could just be distracted by that. Great.
Okay.
And Mariska Hargitay is awesome.
Always.
She cannot age, she cannot die.
Always. Yes.
And of course the Podfather Ice-T. So and that's podcasts.
Been there since maybe not season 1, but right around season 2, I think, is where Ice-T jumped in.
No. I think it was season 3. I want
Okay.
to say.
But he wasn't there for the first season.
No. Okay, now this is going to bug me here. When
Now
did
we
he-
got to know.
We've got to dive down here. Our listeners need to know. Okay. Let me see here. Ice-T. Let's see. Law and Order. Hang on. Please hold, folks.
Please hold.
Your time is very valuable to us, and it will be answered in the order received here. Okay, so let's see. Ice-T. Here we go. Let's see. New Jack, Tank Girl. Who cares? Yeah, you pretty much were close on it. He came on board from 2000 to now.
So what season was that?
Good question. I think.
That's probably around 2 or 3.
Yeah, 3 or 4. I'm going to be generous here, but let me see. Law and Order, Special Victims. Oh, since 1999. Okay, so it was the second season then.
Okay, there you go.
So we've
Cool.
answered that. All right. And now you know the rest of the story.
All right, we want to thank our sponsors.
Oh, yes.
This week's sponsor, of course, Outlaw Distillery.
And Mr. Frost enjoyed it as
Oh, it's very good.
in the honey bourbon, and in addition to the proof cocktail syrup.
But I want to say the honey bourbon on its own, still good.
That is all anybody needs.
Just put it on the rocks. It's good to go.
Yeah. And, of course, Spiritless is a fine drink as well if you want non-alcoholic beverages, which you can get over at Booze Teak. But, of course, you should also thank our other sponsors and visit them if you can. Sugar House Distillery. They're in Sosala area. That's South Salt Lake for our new listeners. And, of course, there is Ogden's own distillery. They're up north in Ogden, and they have 5 Wives, 5 Husbands vodka, Madame Patarini gin. They also have the Porter's Fire, the Porter's Peanut Butter Whiskey. They also have the Underground, and, of course, they have their cans. Mr. Frost particularly likes the Porter's Peach Tea variety, as well as the Huckleberry Lemonade.
They're very good.
Oh, yes. And, of course, I know Sugar House has cans as well. You should also look them up as well. But either way, you should visit them and tell them TV Tan Podcast sent you. And you should do that rocking a TV Tan Podcast t-shirt.
Yes.
We still have them. We still can't get rid of them. But it's real simple. All you need to do, email us, tv10podcast@gmail.com, or go to our, it's going to be the email. Put in the subject line, T-shirt me now. Your name, address, name, address, shirt size, and whether you PayPal or Venmo. No, we won't take your AI program there. No, that's just creepy. So let's just go away from me now. You go. Thank you. All right, I think we hit them all.
All right, on that note, good night, America.
Yes, and jiggle that handle because it's time to flush.
There's only me and my TV
This fucking resin's giving me a headache. Can't you call your guy?
Yeah, my guy won't sell to me on Shabbat.
Ah, shit. Teddy, what if I'm a virgin forever? I mean, what do I do?
Look, I know the glory hole thing didn't work out, but at least we got to see the city. We met that friendly homeless guy who taught us a lesson and then died.
Yeah, but I mean, like, what if this is my future?
Well, if it is, you just gotta learn to live with the embarrassment.
Yeah, I mean, it could be worse. I mean, Mr. Belvedere sat on his own balls and had to go to the hospital.
What?
Yeah? Yeah, I mean, that's humiliation.
Like Mr. Belvedere from the TV show?
Yeah. Yeah, man, he was riding in a convertible during the Hollywood Christmas parade, fell backwards, crushed his own balls.
Jesus. Would you rather have that happen to you at a parade, or what happened to JFK happen to you at a parade?
Oh, God, I honestly don't know.
Yeah, that's a tough one, right?
That's a really tough
Yeah,
one. That's
yeah.
like one of the hardest
I
would-you-rathers
know,
I've ever
that's
heard.
like a brain teaser.
God, I'm too high to think about that.
Yeah, it's a tough one.